Hey guys, this is Captain Hyders here, and today I'm going to be covering the newest and fastest known setup for World 4 skip discovered by me. It is a bit of an optimization of the current sub using the 90% world record by Movefish, and personally I find it much easier and more consistent to execute compared to the beginner setup that Obo has described. Obviously you can use whatever works for you, but I find the beginner setup very hard to unlearn when you switch to another setup. Before I actually get into the skip itself and the mechanics of it, I want to show you the best way to practice World 4 skip. This is going to require a file that already has the game being, and you want to unlock just one level in World 4. Preferably it's 17 because it's closer to the barrier. And there's two ways to unlock 17 here. You can just do RFG top here, or take the geyser and go to here. You can super jump to 17, by the way, after you RFG it. Enter here. As soon as the screen fades in, you can exit the stage. Now you're here. You want to jump off from this platform and die. This will spawn you in the perfect position. The reason why I'm explaining the movement before World 4 skip is it will make your positioning when doing it a lot easier. How you enter this world is you want to jump from this part of the ink rail, specifically this corner, and just do like a big jump with X. This is because you can enter the cutscene faster compared to just doing that or this. Try to ingrain that. And you want to ink down after here, because after the cutscene of the World 4 pan, you spawn like here. Ink again if your feet aren't painted, and then pull out a Seeker. You want to have the Seeker switched before on the sync rail. You want to switch to the Seeker. You want to line up the Seeker like this, not too far left, otherwise it'll go up that thing there, and not too far up this ramp to the right, or else it'll just go off center. But you want to line it up with the line on this floor here, kind of like this. That was pretty good. That was a bit bad because it hit the ramp, but that's okay. Okay, so now you're going to be here, and during this line, you want to switch to a burst bomb and stop about here. Go into kid form, and the key to inking this ledge, which is the first part of the skip, is that you want to throw it the first frame that the circle becomes horizontal, so like that. And usually one burst bomb will do it. After throwing the burst bomb, you want to ink this block next, and you can either do it down to up or up to down. It doesn't really matter, whatever works for you. Then, when you're still shooting this kid form, you want to walk while shooting. This will create like a strafe effect, and it's going to make it much easier to line yourself up. The best part about my sub is that when you're doing this part of inking the block, you're technically already sub. You just have to move a little bit to the left. Now, ink your way to the left. And the visual cue for the jump is you want to line up your left foot with the bolts on the floor there. I don't know if you can see it, my cursor is on it. And you can't be too far forward when you jump, because if you notice, you'll kind of just fall off there. So you want to be behind the pillar. You don't want to have your foot into this L thing. Makes it a bit harder. If you're ahead of the pillar, it'll curve you around the ledge and you'll never be able to get on it, even with the right control stick angle. After you think you're in the spot, all you have to do is hold forward and jump in squid form until you're on the ledge. Now, if that happens, it means you're too far left and you have to adjust your positioning a little bit. If this happens, it means you're too far right. And it can also bounce you after you jump. This is precise, so don't be mad if you don't get it first try. It is a skip that I still struggle with. Once you think you got it, do it. Now, I actually got the ledge there, but I was pixels too far left. That's just unlucky. It's a pixel perfect jump getting on the ledge. So if that happens, just try it again. Another main improvement of my setup over Movefish's is that you're not necessarily relying on a visual cue while going in kid form. It's mostly relying on this strafing motion. It's much easier to go in a straight line left and right rather than just this, which can be a tiny bit variable depending on your control stick angle. Once you're on here, you want to be very careful, because if you're too far left like this, you will bounce off, and if you're too far right, you won't get this one on the ledge. Hold straight, and then at the very end of this ledge, do a big jump. Oftentimes, if you center your camera when you're on the ledge, it will autocorrect the camera and your position to something that you do not want. So I would not suggest doing that. Keep the same camera angle that you had when jumping, and just do the jump. That was another good example of going too far right on the ledge. You want to be perfectly straight with your control stick angle. If you have to look at the gamepad, that can also work as well. The reason why I recommend stopping after getting on that ledge is I don't usually have to stop after getting on the ledge because I'm confident I'll just get the straight angle. But for beginners, I would recommend stopping at first. Yeah, so you're not going to be doing that when you start. It's mostly a muscle memory thing. Oh, that was cool. Kind of like a bounce there. I mean, new challenge. Okay, there we go. And if you land the bottom of this block, that's fine. Just spam X until you get on top of the block. And that is World 4 skip. I will be explaining the movement after, just because. After you get on top of here and you do the ledge snap, you want to paint this wall, jump, ledge snap, paint the wall, jump. And then when you're here, I usually have to switch to Seeker. This angle can be a bit hard to decide on. You need to throw the Seeker down the middle of this ramp and a little bit to the left. This is going to make it go past that thing. And it's going to end at that little corner there in the distance. Throw it. The ledge snap. You won't get ahead of it. Don't worry. Switch to Splat Bomb. Make this wall. Make this ramp again. I would recommend jumping here as it makes the likelihood of the bomb getting on this platform here a lot easier. But after you get on top of the ramp, just throw a bomb, throw a Splat Bomb, and switch to a burst bomb. The time that you can get a burst bomb is kinda here. The Splat Bomb and the Burst Bomb combo will unlock that the fastest, and then when you're done, just super jump to 24, it's going to be in the bottom right of the map, and there you go. That's the end of the actual segment for World 4 skip. Runners usually split after the fade-in of this level. I hope this helped, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me on my live stream or in my Discord. See ya!